Welcome to your Monday Night Fulham Fix, the fortnightly show all about Fulham for you guys, the Fulham fans. And joining me today, a man that makes up one half of our matchday commentary dream team, Jamie Reid. Jamie, how are you?
Ivan, good to be here.
It's lovely to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. And our special guest today, Fulham's number 6 and proper fan favourite, Mr. Kevin McDonald. Kevin, how are you, man? Can we do a little...
Yeah, I think we should. He deserves at least that.
He does.
Probably a bit more.
You can have that. How are you?
All good, yeah. Everything's all right. Unfortunately, I've got a little knock just now, but you know, I'm as good as can be and in good spirits and stuff. And yeah, just getting on with things.
Because a lot of people have been asking, where are you? You know, because you're not making a team at the moment. We're obviously very, very short on midfielders. And I didn't know that you were injured, nor did Jamie. We were just chatting about this now. So what is this? This is a reoccurring injury?
Yeah, I've had this little calf injury. It kind of reoccurs every now and then, normally through a fatigue stage. And it's one of the ones I've been struggling to shrug off, probably due to getting a bit older as well, which doesn't really help. But listen, it's part and parcel of football, and you know, it's a setback, but it's obviously how you react to the setbacks that obviously makes you stronger.
Yeah. Right. Before we get on to the games, and we'll talk a little bit more about injuries and when you're going to be coming back. We're going to talk about Christmas a little bit. I'm wearing my jumper. I know you guys didn't.
Yeah, we've let you down. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I feel a little bit stupid right now. I'm not going to lie. But no, it's a lovely jumper and available in the Fulham store and on the Fulham website. Are you guys all set for Christmas? It's not long now. It's 10 days to go. How are we feeling?
I'll be honest with you, I'm nowhere near there.
Really?
No. The
You're
good thing is, my wife will do a lot of that, but I will have to buy her a present. I've got to buy presents for the kids, so...
she doesn't give you a list?
I've got plenty of work to do. Well, no, clearly it all goes to Father Christmas, and then I might have a word with him. But let's not dispel any myths.
No, that's true, yeah. Don't want to go down that. What about yourself? Are you all ready for Christmas?
I couldn't be more the same, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, literally, yeah, exactly
We're men.
the same. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I've got a couple of little things, but obviously I've got to buy for my wife, and you know, that's hard enough as it is. She doesn't really give me much of a hint, to be honest with you.
She expects you to know.
In a way, she gives little hints and stuff, but you know what it's like, isn't it? It's you know, it's hard, it's tough going. It is. So I've got to think, I've got to dig deep to find what I need to get in. I need to get it this week or next week, otherwise I'm out the door right now.
I can say that they're selling these great Fulham jumpers currently in the shop. What's your plans? Do you stick around here?
Yeah, well, we obviously play. It's the busiest time of the year for us. You know, it's good. It's good. Obviously, at the same time, it's hard though for the team. You need a good squad then for over these next 4 games especially. But yeah, my wife's family come down, and my family that are from Scotland obviously, so they have it up there. I've got a gran that's 94 years old, so you know she can't be going around everywhere just as jolly up like she used to. But yeah, so we'll have Christmas at my house here, and then we'll go to the game on Boxing Day and stuff. And you know what it is, it passes by quick, but you got to enjoy it. Well, you know, it's Christmas at the end of the day for kids, for everyone, families. It's a fantastic time of year, and you've got to enjoy it.
Couldn't agree more. Right, first up on your Monday Night Fulham Fix, it's time for our Big 3, and this is where we discuss our Big 3 talking points from the last couple of weeks in the world of Fulham. Sadly, these aren't the most inspirational talking points. We've not had a good couple of weeks. So number 1, the big talking point is 3 tough games, 3 defeats in a row. Kevin, first up, what's your thoughts on the results?
Of course, it's not ideal, the results what we've had recently. You know, it's not what you want, especially after going on such a good run of winning 4 games on the bounce and looking strong. But at the end of the day, that's the way football is. You've seen this league; everyone's seen it before. All these fans have been here plenty of times, and again, it's the same with injuries. It's the same with life. At the end of the day, it's a setback, and that's all it is. You know, it's how you react to that. Of course, three defeats is more than what anyone would like, but. You know, there's no better game to try and recover ourselves against Leeds on Saturday. You know, we'll still go into it confident and stuff, but of course it takes a hit on the confidence, it takes a hit on the fans, it takes a hit on, you know, it's a domino effect. It takes a hit on the whole club, and that's it. You know, but that's football. You know, before them 3 games before, we were going into Bristol City thinking we were going to win this game comfortable. That's the way we are. You know, we were confident going into these games, but after winning 4 on the bounce. You know, that's the thing about football. You can never get too high and you can never get too low. And at the moment in time, it's our job to pick ourselves up and go again. Yeah.
And what's the feeling amongst the squad at the moment?
The squad, of course, like everyone that's lost 3 games in a row, it's going to take a mental blow, a physical blow. But at the end of the day, that's the way it is. You know, we won 4 games on the bounce before, and we didn't let ourselves get too high. And the same with, we can't let ourselves get too low either. We've got a great chance to go and beat a team which, you know, we should be still going confident regardless of three defeats or 3 wins. We go into Leeds and be confident to go and win this game. And the squad's always the same. We got on with it. We put it behind. It's in the past. It's 3 bad games on the bounce, but it's only ourselves to blame. It's only ourselves to turn it around, and we know exactly what we've got to do.
Jamie, what's your thoughts on the results and how they can turn it around?
Well, I think Kev's right. It's a very competitive division, isn't it, the Championship? You look at the teams at the bottom, are they far worse than the teams at the top? Well, obviously, they're not as good, and the league table doesn't lie, but I think there are teams in there that are capable of beating teams on any given day, and we've seen that, if you like, where teams have, you know, got surprising results, got results that have sort of lifted them, and again, not wanting to always agree with Kevin, but he mentioned about that Bristol City game. Confidence was very high going into that fixture. We lost it. We lost it on the back of what was a poor decision from the referee. The referee's given his viewpoint on that. That doesn't matter in terms of the result or the points accrued, but there were reasons why we didn't take anything from that game. And then you look at the Preston fixture and the fixture at the weekend, and you think to yourself, could we have played better? Without doubt, yes, we could. I think we're perhaps missing a little bit through midfield. Not just this man, but there's other players who are not in the side at the moment. So maybe just as when confidence is a big thing, when you win 2 or 3, 4 on the bounce, when you lose 2 or 3, clearly it probably dents the players. But having leads at the weekend, I think, is a big thing. The fans will really enjoy it. Yeah. The players will really enjoy coming up against some good names and a great head coach. I think it's a massive game for us, and no reason why we can't bounce back.
Well, that leads us into our second big talking point of the last couple of weeks, is the squad injuries. You mentioned midfield especially being, it's the one that's really taken the hit. Arthur, Reid, Reid, Kearney all been out at certain points, still out yourself. You're injured at the moment. How has this affected the results? I know we have quite a strong squad, but when something as vital as that midfield unit takes a hit, you're going to suffer.
Of course you are, yeah.
I couldn't agree more, but again, it's nothing, obviously it's took a bit of a hit, but at the end of the day, that again is part and parcel of football. Like we say it about ourselves, we've got a lot of injuries, and unfortunately they came at the same time. But we look 6 weeks back, we all had a full strength team to choose from, so I understand where you're coming from, what's happening, why suddenly these injuries, is there something we're doing wrong or at the training ground or whatever, but if you look back 6 weeks, it's different, we've got everyone available, and that's the way football is. Like, you think we went to play Preston were the same, they had, 5-6 good first team players that were injured, and it's the same through all the squad, but of course you've got to look at it, fans look at it and think, kind of what's going on here, they automatically look and think, things must be wrong, but it's not like that, it's little niggly injuries. Obviously, unfortunately for Max picked up a bad injury. But apart from that, Harry Arters is dragged out a bit longer. But like your Harrison, your Bobby, and myself, these are just little injuries that they take a couple of weeks to get over. But in this league, when you play Saturday, Tuesday, you could miss 4 games just like that.
Yeah.
And any other week that could be 2 games and you're back fit. So that's kind of the way it's been, and it's been frustrating for everyone. The physios, the players, obviously the manager, the fans, the club on the whole, to lose so many players, key players as well at this important time, especially these games obviously coming up and just been. But we're doing. Obviously, I speak for myself on behalf of all the injured players. We're doing everything that's asked of us every day to get back fit. We don't want to be there. It's depressing being on the physio bed, so it's the last place we want to be, and we're doing our best to get back fit as soon as possible. But at the same time, you got to be careful yourself, and you don't want to rush things back. So if you then rush things back and you get another injury, then it sets you back even further. So you've got to be clever at the same time, and you've got to be forceful at the same time.
And when can we expect you back?
Hopefully, again, just there. Like, hopefully, I can. Depends. Obviously, it's my first day kind of back in amongst it today.
How'd you find it?
Yeah, it was all right. I got by. That was the main thing. Yeah. So we'll probably push towards try to make the squad for Leeds. That would be hopefully that'd be a boost for the change room and stuff, to help the boys out in any possible way. And if not, I'm experienced enough. If I need to take one more game and sit it out, then we look to Luton, and that's we'll see how my body reacts, and I can only go off how I feel just now. I feel okay just now, but it's a long week at training.
Right, big talking point number 3. Now Scott has always said that his standards very high. He's always wanted automatics. Is that still, Kevin? Is that still a belief amongst the squad, amongst the team, that automatics are still the goal here?
I think with the squad we've got and the players we've brought in, the players we've had previous, we've got to be aiming for that. Regardless of if you look at the league table now, you don't need to look at the league table now. When we got promoted, we were well down the league. The year before that, we were well down the league. That's, of course, in an ideal world, would be right up there with them now. But unfortunately, we're not. But that's nothing. That's partly to do with obviously the last 3 results and beforehand. But you got to look at Leeds and West Brom. Sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say, listen, like, Leeds should have won 7 on the bounce. They flogged it the weekend there, and West Brom have looked consistent for weeks and weeks. So, it's one of them. If you're not winning, you come in the change room and you draw away to someone, and they've picked up 3 points again. You're looking, thinking, come on, give it a bit of a break here. But that's the way it is. We're still confident. We play Leeds on Saturday. I think we're 12 points behind. Is that right?
Yeah, about 12.
12 behind. If you beat them, it goes to 9 points. You've got to play them again. It goes to 6. Like 6 points in this league's nothing. That's the space of a week. You can turn it around. So we're still quietly confident. But of course, it's a big ask. Yeah.
And Leeds as well. Obviously, they're still due to fall apart at some points, which they like to do every season. We might have seen that actually on Saturday against Cardiff.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed.
3-goal lead.
It was a great fight back to 10-man Cardiff. Ooh. Yeah, that was a real surprise, and you have to think to yourself that Bielsa's such a good coach. You look at their goals against, and I think they've only conceded 13. So I mean, they've been very, very good in terms of the goals that they've shipped this season. They've been very, very tight. But Kev made a really, really good point. We seem to be so good in the second half of seasons, and that's probably a question for the big man. I mean, how do we keep it going? Why do we do so well in the second half? I mean, is there a psyche there? I still think to myself, when you look at the performance we put in against West Brom, we were very good.
Yeah.
On another day, we could have won that here at the Cottage, make no doubt about that. We got Leeds to come. You pick up those 6 points, and that's what you want. There's a confidence, there's a belief, and not only is there confidence and belief amongst the group, I think the big thing is they've been there and they've done that. Yeah. And if you're some of the players coming into the group, you see Kevin, you see some of the other boys that have experienced it, who've gone up to the Premier League, you probably think to yourself, do you know what? We just need to back and believe ourselves, and it can happen.
What you made a very good point there. What is it about the second half of the season? We seem to have experienced that quite a lot recently, where we seem to suddenly go on all burners.
Honestly, I've absolutely no clue. People say about slow starting,
Well, it's been quite a good start, really.
Yeah, it is our best one we've had in obviously the 3 years. Obviously, the Premier League take that out, but the Championship season is the best that we've had. So we're obviously doing something right in some way, and hopefully it's the same again. We can kick on again. That'd be the best scenario. But honestly, no clue why the second half of the season. To be honest with you,
no,
no clue.
So, like you said, we do have Leeds next. That is a very big game, and it is a chance to mentally turn things round. And fingers crossed we can do that. Like you said, the belief sounds like it is there amongst the players. After Leeds, that's when the crazy period starts. The games really do just come at you thick and fast. What is the Christmas period like for a player? Do you actually ever feel like you've actually had a break?
Well, it's not a break, no. It's definitely not a break. It's as I said, it's the busiest time of the year, and you're used to it now. It's when I was first coming through it was strange, but I'm 31 years old now, and you get used to it. You understand that Christmas is a time for families and things like that, and it's obviously, for me, it's the best time of the year. But at the same time, we've got a job to do, and it restricts you having a bit of fun, and enjoying yourself. Like your mates back home, whatever. Like these kind of people, they're out enjoying themselves, but we've got to enjoy ourselves in a different way. And of course, the only way to really enjoy Christmas is through the P. As a cliche is, the amount of most points you can pick up is your best present, really, at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, you can't really fully enjoy it like you would do if you worked in a normal 9-to-5 job. So your best way around it is picking up the points, and then you look at it after Christmas and think, well, no, it's worth it.
Yeah. And do you allow yourself any luxuries on the day itself? Like do a little, a cheeky.
Anyone who's sat here and say that they don't, it's that they're lying. They are. There might be a couple that are the best professionals in the world, but I tell you, when there's a box of chocolates or something there, if you're not going past and having a couple on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, then you're lying to yourself.
Only,
of course,
only a couple.
Nah, for me,
Yeah.
I take all sorts. I do.
Yeah.
Nah, but
do you get like rules given to you from management and stuff? Are they like, right, Christmas Day, lads, avoid Christmas pudding, avoid the quality streets or the
It's
heroes?
not like that. Nah, it's not like. Listen, don't get me wrong. Like you gotta like, respect your job, respect the club, everything. You're not gonna. Food wise, that's one day of a year. You eat Christmas dinner with your family and that you enjoy it as you do because it's once a year. But at the end of the day, you're not going to go and batter down 10 beers of that. That's just normal. You might have maybe a couple of beers of that if you really want to with your meal and that. But I think it's everyone's professional and they understand exactly what it is. But like things like Christmas pudding, whatever, then you enjoy yourself. Like you're doing it, the other team that you're playing the next day is doing it. That's life.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's touch now on our last promotional campaign from the Championship to the Premier League. You played a massive role for us, gave Fulham fans some of their best memories. We'll start with, other than Wembley, the incredible Wembley final that we remember so well, what moments really stood out for you during that time, during that whole run-up to the final?
I think I wouldn't really say any moments in particular. I would just say on the whole of that run of I think it was 23 games or whatever like that was a fantastic thing to be part of. Of course, from the start of the season, it was amazing. Since I've joined, it's been fantastic. But that, like, going into each game, the mentality of we're winning this game regardless who it is, regardless of where you're playing, whatever, it was fantastic. There was no one beating us then, like, simple.
Yeah.
And then, like, what was a good thing for me, I thought, which probably a lot of people probably wouldn't say, was the fact that when all questions were asked about us, when we went on that 23 game unbeaten run, and you know what it's like, you can sense it. We played Birmingham and we got beat. Obviously, we won, got automatic promotion, but you never know on them days. And what I liked about the team and the whole squad was the fact that we got beat, and then we got beat at Derby, the first playoff game, and everyone's thinking, Fulham have gone here. Every person in football's thinking that. There's players in the changing room thinking that as well. Like that's the way they are. That's the way some people are thinking. Like, we're done here, But to come back from that, I didn't. No. Listen, the way we played against Derby the first leg also goes under the radar. We played a good game there. We were in control of the game. On another day that we win that game, comfortably. And I said after the game in the change room, I remember speaking to the boys saying, "Listen, boys, there's no way we're out this year. We're by far in this game here. But we're gonna get promoted here. It's on us." I could sense it, but I could sense it the way we were, and to pick ourselves up was a huge thing against Derby at home. The atmosphere here, and again, Derby's they sat back and made it hard for us, and I could sense the crowd like thinking we're not doing this here. I can just you can feel it. You can feel the crowd like that. They're anxious, and on the pitch we've got to perform, and that's the way it was. And I could sense it coming. Once we got that first goal, they were done. The game was done then.
It was behind us.
And then obviously Dennis scores the header.
Incredible. I mean, how he rose. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Incredible was, it really was like, and that's from that moment. I thought to myself, I was like proud of obviously like myself and the team, like the whole club, to bounce back from that when everyone thought we were done there. That was a real moment in the season. I thought was, I looked at everyone in the changing room. I thought, like, fair play, like we've got the final here. We've got nothing else nothing to lose. Now you go to Wembley, like there's nothing to lose here. Like you go give it your all, and lucky enough we did, and that was we got to the Premier League.
Well, let's talk about Wembley now as well, because I don't know, in the build-up before, it seemed like everyone had Aston Villa down to win. Did you notice that all the top pundits were like, they've got the experience, Aston Villa will do it?
Yeah, I think that was it. I think everybody was saying Jack Grealish is such a good player. They've got a number of players throughout, and you've only got to look at their side, man v man, and they've got every opportunity. They've been in the Premier League, and they've been a big side over the years. But I think it just goes back to belief, and the boys strongly felt that they'd always be able to do it. And you need big characters for big sort of matches, and that came through. I mean, one thing I would like to do, and I don't think we can let him go without mentioning it, I think we've got to mention that night at the Den, because that was very, very difficult. And when he spanks one from 25 yards, God, dear, what a strike that was.
Is it one of those things where you do that in training all the time? And
Definitely not.
No,
definitely not.
It's
every now and then, but it's not often that.
Don't take this personally, but you're the last person I'd expect it to come from. You're kind of like, dig your heels in, you know.
I think I was surprised myself because I'd obviously beat the guy, and I knew the guy Savile. He kind of sold it on my first touch, and I thought to myself like, I was driving to that area, and I thought to myself like, you know, what happens here? Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I normally look for the big man. You play it at Mitro, and then he does the rest. And like there was a lot of gap, and I thought I'm going for this. To be fair, I still think to this day the keeper should save it, but.
No,
Listen,
don't take that away. That
was one of the best nights we had. Yeah, that was good atmosphere. To be fair to our fans, their fans, the atmosphere was fantastic. Yeah. You know, they were on it, and we were just as much.
Tough place to go as well with Den.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at that first half. I mean, they had some chances. They were bombarding our box, and you just thought something special was going to happen. I remember the space opened up, and I said to Jim, he might shoot here. Jim then went absolutely mental.
It doesn't sound like
what a strike! What a strike!
It was amazing.
I don't think I'll ever forget that night.
I couldn't believe it.
No. I don't think any of us could.
It was a very good night.
Beautiful.
What's your favourite moment from that run then?
Well, there were just so many. Yeah, that's right up there because I thought it was a special night in terms of keeping the run going and making sure that we picked up the points. Dennis's header was very, very special as well because as good as he is in the air and the spring that he's got, you just think to yourself, how can he score? And how can he twist his neck muscles to get that goal in?
He's almost got his back turned.
He's like Mr. Elastic Man. I don't understand how people can do that. Yeah. I'm not lithe and wiry. I can't do that kind of thing. I'm Mr. Stiff. Precisely.
Yeah, I'm with you. Some amazing moments.
But Wembley, Ivan, I mean, that was absolutely superb. Yeah, I mean, it was the day that none of us will ever forget.
No, not at all. And for you, before the Wembley final, were you nervous knowing that Villa, you know, amongst most of the pundits were favourites? Did that help, firstly, or does that hinder?
The confidence we had in that dressing room was incredible, to be honest with you. Yeah. Like it really was. Like we went there thinking to ourselves, like, you know, if we matched their work rate on that day, which again is the same as every single football game, but especially that one, you know, it's 90 minutes of your life. You're throwing everything. You're willing to die on that pitch to get that win, and the confidence we had in that team, knowing, you know, Slav set us up well. He had a good speech in that beforehand and stuff. And
what sort of stuff did he say?
No, just like it wasn't really a speech in terms of like as the team on the whole. He pulled people aside and stuff and said, "Listen, like you get a chance like this coming around once in a career maximum and stuff." And he was good. He was really good on that the whole season. The whole time he was here for me, he was fantastic. But on that day, like, proved he was a good manager. He could have got the best of the players, but in terms of the team, myself and stuff, we were confident that we were going to win the game. Yeah, we'd done so well to get to that point where we were devastated not getting automatically promoted, and then we fought ourselves back to get to Wembley, and we thought, this chance isn't passing us up. The only time it crossed our mind was when you go back to Dennis. Obviously, he gets us there, then gets sent off. Do you know what I mean? Only Dennis could do that.
Well, when he was sent off, he still had a good 20 or 25 minutes left. Did you think at that point? Yeah. I think for everyone, I can imagine what it was like for the players. For us, you know, watching, I remember thinking, at that point, I remember thinking, no, we can't.
It can't do this. It really was.
Did you think that you could still do it when you're
we still knew, but we just knew that from us being a footballing team and trying to keep possession of the ball and stuff, we were going to be backs against the wall. The 20 minutes of their life, they're throwing everything at you, literally everything. It was chaos. It was, and you know, it's one of them things. If they score a goal, the game's done. You know, we're finished there. But we held on. A couple of great tackles, a couple of great saves, everything. Just everyone throwing their body on the line for the cause, and it was worth it.
The relief in Adoy's face when he said, "Right, final was he's on top of
he's
the
on top of the crossbar,
just bouncing away." You're thinking that is a man who knows he's got away with it. He's got away with it.
Oh, you would have got hammered if we got beat.
There's now celebrations as well after that. The team, one number of the team, Tony, took you guys out to Vegas. Was that? How did that come about? Was it something that was planned before the final? Hey guys, listen, if we do this, we're all going to Vegas. Was it something that you were going to do even if you won or not? Was it all totally spontaneous?
It was definitely every one. For sure. Yeah, things like that don't happen.
So did he dangle that as a carrot? Listen, I'm taking you all to Vegas.
No, Tony. I like Tony. I've got a lot of respect for obviously him and Mr. Khan. I get on well with them both. And Tony said, like, because I used to keep getting in our ears, like, towards the last few games of the season. He goes, "Yeah, boys, if we get promoted, you know, we're taking you to LA, to Vegas. It's going to be the best party ever and stuff." So that's probably half the incentive for a lot of us. Yeah, of course, to get promoted, and that's fantastic. But that incentive as well, you know, it's people who like to enjoy themselves. Now it's an extra buzz, if you like. So he obviously took us to LA and Vegas when we got promoted. It was Incredible
Like,
it was.
almost straight away, you guys were.
It was we played the finals on what day was the finals?
Saturday. Was it Sunday?
Sunday. So Sunday we went out, obviously as you do, straight out. Monday.
Where did you go straight out to?
Well, we went to like there was in the hotel. There was obviously like a function kind of thing on for all the families and that. So that was good, and obviously all the staff and that was good fun. And then after that, obviously, as the boys then went out to celebrate to some nightclub. I think it was Rain. I think it was a Drama. One of the two.
Yeah.
One of Tony's friends owns it. Simon, he's a good guy. Yeah. So he owns the club, but he's part owner, and he got us in there, and we went there, and then.
So you probably weren't having to worry about buying shots or anything.
Nah, that was good. Yeah, Tony was there. It was everyone was there. It was a great night, and obviously then the Monday, obviously like the kind of so-called like hardcore of the squad went out and celebrated. You know, you didn't want it to end. You know what I mean? You just straight out. So there was about 10 of us again that went on the Monday. And at the time, I remember like being on my phone and stuff, texting Tony. Like the boys were like saying, like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to sort out our trip to LA and Vegas here. Like just like, leave me be here." Right. Like, oh yeah, good shot. Yeah, keep sorting that. So the whole Monday, like we were having a few drinks and that, like starting to get tipsy and that, and I'm trying to sort with Tony like the flights and that, and then the Tuesday was a rest day. Wednesday we flew out, and that was us.
That's amazing. Have you been to Vegas?
I have, yes, only once, and I probably was a little bit more laid back than this man. You need social secretaries, don't you, within teams? And what Kev can do is quite remarkable. It's not what he does on the pitch; it's just as much what he does off the pitch.
Yeah.
I'm deeply envious. He's very good at football.
Yes.
He's very good at golf.
Yeah.
He's probably good at everything he puts his mind to.
Is that true?
I'm the complete opposite.
No.
Are you
the
really?
complete
How
opposite. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm the complete opposite. So when you see people like that, I think you've just got to give them a tip of the hat and say, do you know what?
He deserves that.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah,
Can you
played.
Yeah, well played. Can you tell us any stories from Vegas? The photos looked incredible. And there's one photo where I've got mad respect for you because everyone else is wearing like massive trainers. You're the only one wearing nice deck shoes.
Yeah,
leathery
that's
deck
the
shoes.
difference. That's the difference of style between me. Yeah, I got hammered for these things.
Nah,
as well.
class, mate. That was class. I remember thinking that's class. That. Oh, amazing.
Yeah, great trip.
Oh, what a time! And you decided to go back to Vegas as well this year for your stag do as well, and continuing the theme of incredible photographs. Some amazing photographs of you in some outfits.
That was the best man. That was
Yeah, how was that? Did you have a good time?
Again, it's like the year before it was a bunch of good friends. I classed them as you meet through football. Yeah. You can imagine how good that was. You imagine how good Vegas is with a bunch of friends who you've known your whole life. Do you know what I mean? Like these guys I was with. These stories are probably worse than the stories before, so I can't really say many at all about here. But about that trip. But I've spent my whole life with these guys, and they watched me growing up playing football. I've watched them growing up, and obviously to take them all the way from Vegas and give them a real treat. Obviously for my own stag do. And obviously a few of the boys from football came here as well. There was a few, obviously, Fredo, Matty Target, Betts and that.
Matty Target, very pale.
Very pale,
Very pale man.
He can get burnt in the shade. He can get burnt in the shade. He can. Yeah. He's one of them ones. Yeah. But they all came, and obviously all my friends, they all got well. My mum, my dad, sorry, and obviously my wife's dad as well. So it was a good trip. Yeah.
And really congratulations as well on getting married. How are you finding married life as well?
That's all right. Yeah. That's the same, isn't it? But yeah.
It's the same, but with a ring.
She won't watch it, so she'll be alright. She might watch it actually when I tell her. Yeah, but nah, it's good. Yeah, it's married life, isn't it? At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like a fantastic, best day of my life. But I've always wanted that, and especially obviously with my wife now. That's at the end of the day, it's the love of my life, and that's the way it is. Yeah.
You're saying that just in case you.
Yeah, in case you watch it. No, I'd say that. I'd say that anyway, and that's it. You get on with it. It was a great time. She had a great lead up to it, and hen partied a lot, and the wedding was amazing, and that was it.
Yeah, I got married this year. It really does feel the best day of your life, doesn't it?
It was amazing.
Something about it, man.
Yeah,
it's really
amazing.
special. Okay, right. We are going to move on now to the starting 11, and this is a point in the show. We ask you 11 quick questions to get to know the man behind the boots. Okay, and we're also going to get you to chip in as well on some of them. If you're down with it,
no problem.
Get to know the man behind the mic as
Absolutely.
well. Okay, so we start.
He's got the voice for it, doesn't he?
He does. He's got good voice, hasn't he?
I know.
Quality voice.
Just not got the face to go with it.
No, not at all.
That's very kind of you.
I'm joking. All right, so let's start off. Kevin, shoe size.
11.
Go to takeaway.
Chinese, just around the corner. Oriental Express.
Oriental Express. Is that the actual name of it as well?
That's the name of it, yeah. Women's lovely. It's a nice
little discount, please.
Yeah, hopefully. Your musical guilty pleasure?
The Greatest Showman soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah.
Yourself?
I think I'll probably have to go Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
We'll go back to The Greatest Showman. Is it the ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
amazing.
does it.
Oh, it haunts me, that stuff.
No?
Yeah, man. We used to play it all the time on Heart, and it haunts my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it. Can't stand it. Right, drink of choice on a night out.
A beer and then gin and tonic.
A beer, then gin and
Gin
tonic.
and
And then
tonic.
gin and tonic for the rest of the night.
Beer,
so you
probably
get
it's
through it.
like a Corona or something. Anything really.
Yeah. Shots?
Tequila, I'm good for it. Tequila,
with all the extras. With all the
No,
flavors.
just the lime. I don't like the salt now.
No?
Just tequila and the lime, yeah.
What about you? What's
Any
your
lager to start. I think Kev's absolutely spot on. We're both old school men, and then anything off the top shelf that I can reach.
Yeah. Excellent. What's your biggest pet peeve, Kevin? Pet peeve, like your biggest bugbear, annoyance. What's the one thing you find really?
Bad drivers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I've probably noticed it more since I've been down here, but bad drivers, yeah. Bad one.
Bad drivers, people not holding doors. I think you should do that. And another thing that does frustrate me, and I saw it on the way here, I probably shouldn't let these things bother me,
No,
but when men don't get up to let ladies sit down, especially women who might be pregnant, if you're in that end seat, do the business on the underground,
You're
please.
a proper you're a gentleman.
I think you have to be. I'm not in Jim's class, but
and the other one,
trying my best.
the zebra crossing one as well. Just when I say this, the zebra crossing when you let this, obviously, well, they've got the right way. They walk across the road and they don't wave.
Yeah.
Rex member
I always try and wave.
Yeah,
I even wave when sometimes it's a red light and they've had to stop.
You're a kind gent. That's what.
A little nod. Yeah. Right. If you weren't a footballer, what would you be? Do you think?
Beforehand, I've honestly, people have asked me this question so many times. I honestly have got no idea. I think now I would be a coach now or a manager now. That's what my aim long term is. But if I didn't have the football to start with, I probably wouldn't have been that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I genuinely no clue.
No.
Nah, seriously, no clue.
I played in Newborn to be a footballer. First football player you admired growing up?
Henrik Larsson.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad and my uncle were big Celtic fans, and we used to watch all the time. And at first, I wasn't really too interested, and then I got obviously on the Celtic hype as such, and watching him. He was fantastic. And from a good amount of years, he was amazing. He was, yeah.
Good choice. Good shout. The most famous person in your phone?
Most famous person on my phone?
Joe Bryan said Tom Kearney originally.
I was thinking exactly this.
Got to say
Tom
TC.
Kearney,
He's the captain.
I was going to say outside of Tom Kearney.
I was going to say Mitro was most famous person. I don't know if I've got anyone like that. That's pathetic, isn't it?
He went with Schürrle eventually.
Nah, I'd go Babel maybe. Yeah.
Babel, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Nah, they're teammates. I can't think. I'm not got anyone famous in my phone. I don't think.
No.
Nah.
Any golfers, other sportsmen?
Golfers. I haven't got golfers either. You know that.
See, I look at other sports and think to myself, even though these boys are right at the top of their games, you look at other sports sometimes and you're deeply envious about how good they are.
Oh yeah.
And you think to yourself, oh, do you know what?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Sometimes I look at that. I mean, I was fortunate to interview Michael Vaughan, who's a cricketer. Won the Ashes in 2005, which was a great summer. And I saw his name in there the other day, and I had a couple of sherbets. I didn't do. It probably changed the number anyway.
So that's
or
it
might have been an agent's number. I don't know, but you've got to be very careful. You can't abuse these situations.
I've got Nigella Lawson's in my phone. And the only reason I got that...
Should we call her?
Well, it's so tempting. I cannot tell you the amount of times. It was only before I was a presenter, I was a runner, when you make teas and coffees on sets. And we did a Nigella, like a Daily Mail, free supplement. Nigella, you can see how I make these muffins or whatever. And she basically did a few close-ups, then disappeared. And the hand model came in to do close-ups. So they had to put her wedding ring on the hand model. And my job was to drive after the shoot in Ealing to central London to drop her wedding ring off. And so after she said, "Oh, just take my number. Drop me a text when you're outside. I'll come down and meet you." And I was like, and I remember my boss at the time was like, "You make sure you delete that number when you're done with it." I'm like,
it's still on there, isn't it?
Yeah. Every now and then I'll scroll through and it'll just say Nigella, and I'm like, oh,
nice. We're
maybe
friends.
one day.
Good friends. Yeah.
You know it's been changed now. But maybe one day.
Absolutely.
Right. If you could get a yacht, what would you call it? That's saying that you don't have a yacht. Do you have a yacht?
No, I don't have a yacht.
If you had a yacht, what would you call it?
You follow the chairman's lead, wouldn't you? What's the name of
What's
his
the
yacht?
What is the name of his yacht?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, we'll buzz him. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I would follow that lead. I mean, I'm so far removed from that way of life.
Yeah.
I'd be lucky to have a double-decker bus.
Well, you sometimes have a name for your car, don't you?
Yeah, I think maybe my first car, which used to have a choke.
Yeah.
You know, you used to have to. That's going to lose you, isn't it? You've got no
When you
idea.
feel
What
a
that,
little
yeah,
thing,
that's
yeah,
yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit of
Had to do all of that. Yeah.
The engine to get it going.
That was
yeah,
that was frightening. Absolutely
Yeah, oh,
frightening.
terrible, yeah,
Especially
yeah.
on a night out, you come out, it's cold. You think, oh, the car's not going to start, and invariably it didn't.
Yeah.
So I probably had a name. Well, I used to a bit like John Cleese in Faulty Towers. You know, I used to have to kick it and try and get it going, then call the AA.
Yeah.
So probably had a name for that car, which is pretty much
Yeah,
unrepeatable.
you can't say that.
yeah.
You can't say that. Not this time, not before war.
Yachts. It's just. I'll probably call it Mitro actually.
Mitro
Yeah.
the
I
yacht.
thought mine's the Big Mac.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
that's strong. The Big Mac.
Yeah, I like
And make
that.
it a really small yacht.
Because it'd be slow as
The
anything.
big
You know what I
yacht,
mean?
yeah. What's in your pockets at the moment?
Well, this little mic,
A microphone.
phone and car keys.
Phone and car keys,
yeah.
simple as that.
Yeah.
Yourself, anything
Same,
you see
exactly
already?
the same. I've got a lip seal in there as well.
A lip seal.
Always needs to be mint,
Especially this time of year as well.
Yeah.
You need a little lip
Yeah,
balm.
yeah,
gets
yeah.
dry
You
out.
got it.
Yeah.
just in case.
Oh,
Nice spot,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good.
I've got a tag.
What is the most? Who is the most vain member of the Fulham squad?
Vain. TC now.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
TC,
Surely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Second one
TC,
now
yeah.
we've had for TC at that point. Right, it'd be interesting to see what TC says. If he admits it himself.
He's got to go
So-
TC, surely.
He probably would say
wouldn't
himself,
you?
actually.
Do you
Yeah,
reckon
he would
he
say
would?
himself, yeah.
Get him there.
I can't think of anyone else.
Proffered to perfection.
Yeah, always.
Right, we asked the fans as well if there are any questions for you. We got loads and loads of questions. I'm aware of time, so I'll try and get through as many as possible. I mean, there was a lot of unrepeatables as well in a good way. This is the best way, and I don't even know. You don't even have
it's
to
fine.
answer. Say pass if you
Yeah,
want
no
to pass.
problem.
Boo Radley 76. She messaged in saying, "Is the song true?" That's referring to the songs that the fans sing.
It couldn't be less true in terms of alcohol, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But everything else is true.
Yeah.
Sweet. There we go. Moving on. So at FFC Will, spelled with two J's. Your favourite off-pitch Fulham moments? Vegas has got to be up there, isn't it? I suppose.
Vegas both times. Vegas both times. Getting married, obviously, is married honeymoon, things like that.
Where'd you go on your honeymoon?
Went to Bora Bora.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I proposed in the Maldives, so I kind of peaked early, to be honest with you, because a lot of people go to Maldives for honeymoon, so I peaked a bit too early with that.
So you had to top the Maldives.
Yeah, so I was at Bora Bora, it was lovely. But them type of things, going away and just enjoying different cities, different areas of life, and seeing what everyone else is like. I enjoy that.
Amazing. Where did you go on your honeymoon?
Mauritius.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we were contemplating whether going to Mauritius or to the Maldives, and decided to go Mauritius because there was a little bit more to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it was
I like
very,
that,
very nice.
I like that. That's
And
great.
they served cold beer, so
that's all you need.
I could have
So
gone
you-
down to the corner shop.
Yeah, you would have sorted there.
I wish I had of actually. Yeah.
I think this is a really good one. And again, you sort of briefly mentioned that before. George Healy 17 said, "Are you enjoying your step into coaching now?" For a lot of people won't know this, but you're actually taking your coaching badges as we speak. You're sticking around late on certain nights to get your training. How are you finding it?
Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. Yeah, I really do. Yeah, that's the aim long term, is to coach, manager, whatever. See how I feel when it comes to that point. But no, it's good. I like the fact of all the little details of how you can benefit your team, how you can benefit them off the pitch, on the pitch, all.
Yeah.
And the guy that came in to do it, Jim Hicks, has been good as well, and teaching us all these different things. So no, I enjoy it. Yeah, it's good fun.
So you see yourself managing?
I do, yeah. I would think at first of it, I'd be a coach at first to kind of get myself in the door as such. But yeah, at some point it'd be good to be a manager. I think I'd have a lot to offer. Well, hopefully.
Future Fulham manager, maybe. No, maybe. Excellent. Let's go with, this is Rob FFC88 has said, what is your preferred goal? The screamer against Millwall or the one off your bum against Leeds?
One off my bum, I'd go for it. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Yeah,
It's gold.
I got hammered for it after the game and stuff, but it's good fun things
You
like
didn't
that.
know anything about that, did
No
you?
clue.
No.
No clue.
But
Yeah.
it was a solid goal. It's great. One of our favourites. This again, man. This is, I don't know what to say about this. Lee Warner 19, fan of haggis and iron brew.
Yeah,
Both?
Big fan, yeah.
Iron Brew's lovely.
Iron Brew's
Can't
lovely.
speak for
Yeah.
haggis.
I know
too
people
much.
don't like it. I don't. It's that taste, but I love it. Yeah, Iron Brew. And I don't have it obviously much, but I enjoy it both. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get Iron Brew down here quite easily. I don't.
Yeah, you get them in the little shops, don't you?
Great haggis down here, can you?
I think it's like a general kind of McSween haggis. I think it's called. That's the kind of the go-to one for the normal big supermarkets. Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah, and you like
I've tried it though. It's alright. Yeah.
It's alright. There we go. It's alright. We have Abron Smith. I said, would you be able to play in centre back?
Yeah.
They sort of hinted at it. There was, I think, one game you came on.
I played Southampton. Yeah.
And you were solid, man. Is that something you can see yourself moving into now?
Yeah, probably most likely. I think if it's here, I think there's a big chance of that. Depends. It's all about getting obviously game time, but I could comfortably step in there. Yeah, with the way we play, obviously on the ball a lot. It would probably suit me a good bit, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, Scott Maltman as well. He's messaging saying, when was the last time you completed the Ferry 15? Do you know what the Ferry 15 is? It's funny you say that because he's put, he will know what it is.
I've got no idea what it is.
Scott,
either.
He doesn't know what it is. I think it's like a pub crawl or something up in Scotland.
Oh, in Broughty Ferry?
Yeah? Is that it?
It might be. I didn't know it was called the Ferry 15 though.
Is that like 15 pubs, is it? Or?
Well, there'll be around about that, yeah.
Yeah?
I should imagine Kev's probably doubled up and done the Ferry 30.
The Ferry 30. You ever done the Ferry 30? So Ben Jarmany's messaging saying, how does you handle the pressure of being the Scottish biscuits? Biscuits. I always
Scottish biscuits.
Biscuits. How do you handle that pressure?
It's alright, it is, yeah. I never really heard it until now, actually.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ben Jarman from the Fulhamish podcast has put it out there. You are the Scottish Busquets.
I'll just take that as a compliment, you know. One of them, you take it and move on. It's a big compliment. That.
Big compliment. He's taken that right. Toria in Excelsis Dio said, "Did you get arrested for those shorts in Stockholm?" Again, I'm sure we can flash up that photo on the screen now, so you know what we're talking about. You really did pick an outfit there, mate. Everyone else was pretty well covered.
That was a good one. It was. I like Will
Was
Ferrell.
that a Christmas party?
Yeah, Christmas party Stockholm. Yeah, I like Will Ferrell in Semi Pro the film.
Yeah.
And I thought I've tried a different one before, and I thought let's go for this one. It wasn't as cold as what I thought either. It was all right. It was fine.
What have we got? We've just got a couple more now. Who would win? This is from Joe F.S. Mills. Who would win in an arm wrestling competition between the squad?
You got to go. Oh, Mitro and Abu would be a good one. Yeah. Mitro and Abu would be a. Mitro's arms are massive. I don't know. I'd probably go for Mitro. Yeah. But it'd be a good battle because Abu's like strong as anything. Yeah. And you know what Mitro's like.
Fast as well.
Fast, yeah. But in an arm wrestle, he's not going to need that.
I mean, that would be. I'm just for a future Fulham video for content. Mitro and Abu here, just arm wrestling. I think that would do all right. I think a lot of people would want to see that.
I think if AK does it, he needs those burners to get running away from Mitro.
Yeah. If he wins,
I'd be terrified.
Mitro's not catching him.
No.
Right. Mark Hiller FFC, who's the best player that you've played with, and the best player you've played against?
Best player I've played with. I think Mitro's got to be close. Mitro has to be close. He's like when he's on it and when he's at it and angry and that, and you can see it. He's unplayable, to be honest with you. I think Mitro was very good. Ryan Babel, I enjoyed playing with Ryan Babel. Yeah, each day-to-day training, he was very good. Babel and Mitro would be two of the top ones, I would say. Yeah, definitely. And playing against. In terms of obviously like work rate and stuff like that, you got to look towards like Kante was fantastic, he was. But in terms of just like natural ability, before when I played Fabregas was amazing. When he was at Arsenal at the time, he was streets ahead of everyone. You know, he really was. He was incredible. You couldn't get near him. He had that time where you're one of them people when you watch him, he's got time at all. Like when there's someone close to him, he's got time. You know, he's one of them ones. He made time for himself, made space for himself, and obviously on the ball he was incredible. Fabregas and Mitro or Babel.
Excellent. And final question from Laura Rads has said, who looks better in a kilt, you or Tom Kearney? Take time. Don't.
That's a great question.
Don't rush this. This is important.
I bet you. Who's it? Laura Rads. I bet he's never wore a kilt in his life.
No.
Never. So I'm the obvious winner.
If he
put one on, he'd probably look better than me. But nah.
And when
me for sure.
How often do you wear a kilt?
Weddings, yeah.
And do you do it? Do you do it properly?
Full on, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good video of me actually at my wedding night. Obviously, I've got nothing on. You know, in Scotland, it's like probably most weddings, and the groom gets thrown in the air.
Oh.
So the groom gets thrown in the air.
What an enduring image!
Wow.
It's incredible. It is, honestly. It's there's a video out there. It was Alfie's missus was like, I remember her saying it was like she was like just having a drink and that, and then I was getting thrown in the air. She was like, "What's happening up there?" And obviously it was me, Kilt obviously up that way, everyone hanging out, everyone was just loving life.
Are there photos of this?
That's a video. One person's got the video.
Well, that's it. One person.
My auntie it was as well.
Your auntie's got the video. I don't know.
My
what
cousin
to say.
it was actually, not my cousin. My cousin it was.
Wow. So there is video evidence, video proof that the song is true. Apparently, the chant we sing is true. That's amazing. Well, there we go. You're the one that looks better in the kilt. It's official, right? That's it. I think we'll finish there. I think we've done.
I'm concerned we might have to finish forever. I'm not sure we can come back.
This
on
might
that.
be the last Monday night Fulham fix. I'm not sure they're going to let us do anymore. But it's been an absolute pleasure, Jamie. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ivan.
And obviously, Ken
No
McDonald,
problem.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you very
Best
much.
of luck for getting back to from injury, full fitness, and for all the games over the Christmas period.
Thank you very much.
Right, we're going to be back next year with your brand new Monday Night Fulham Fix with lots to discuss, I'm sure. But before then, have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. See ya.